Ik drömmer om bälten. Ik drömmer om döden. För stjärnor.
Good morning, my children. Welcome to another video from Viking Ventures. You join me on this glorious Saturday morning where I don't know where I'm going to go, but they said it was going to be a heat wave this weekend. I'm not quite sure what the weatherman's thinking, weatherwoman, whatever, but yeah, it doesn't really look that promising, does it? So I think I'll be heading out of the Lake District because, to be honest, this will be the first video that I've done since our I think it was a Tough Mudder video that we did back in, frig me, when was it? In July or something like that. But we haven't had any nice weather around here since May. So oh, and there's a new addition to the family as well. The Multistrada 1260S, which is absolutely gorgeous. Because unfortunately I parted with my my GS because I was getting a bit bored of BMW and they're an absolute shit company. So I ended up parting with the Monster, and I ended up parting with the GS. But sorry, I've got a bit of fluff in my eye. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to end up today, but I'm going to be taking the new beast out for its maiden voyage. Yeah, lovely bikes. So I'll be doing a bit of a ride and review at the same time. I have ridden one before, but the difference between this and the GS is night and day. I don't even think they should even be in the same category, to be honest. I loved the GS, and it took me all over Europe. I've covered some serious miles on that bike, but yeah, this thing is an absolute beast. So I'm gonna have my breakfast, get myself sorted out, and I'll see you on the road. Ciao. Morning, children. I left the workshop. I've come for a quick brewing candle. I'll give you a bit of a riding review. Excuse me. Of the Multistrada. Just get fired up. Yep, it's a beautiful day in Kendal today. Perfect time to go for a ride. Oh, sound of a proper motorcycle. Well, come from someone who used to have a GS, I think the first thing that you'll notice is obviously the sound. The clutch is very light, very usable. The brakes are absolutely outstanding. The overall weight distribution of the bike, it's very light. I mean, the GS is very light once you get it moving, and the handling on the GS, you can't deny that the bike handles absolutely superbly. But this is just as good, if not slightly better. The throttle response is very nice. In sport mode, I find it to be a little bit snatchy. So I just keep it in medium for now, and I keep the bike in touring mode. It hasn't got electronic suspension because the GS kind of put me off that, to be honest. Like in dynamic mode, it was either too stiff. Road mode, it was just far too soft. Whereas this, proper mechanical things, I suppose, you can adjust it exactly how you want it. And I don't believe in all that nonsense, like somebody sees a puddle 100 yards up the road and they're like, oh shit, must stop, must change modes. I can't be doing with all that sort of stuff.
I'd much rather just get on a bike and just ride it, this is exactly what this offers. Yeah, I found the GS. I had the 1200 2018 model, you know, all TFT display and all that sort of stuff. I mean, you've probably seen it on one of my older videos. I had that bike for a couple of years. It did, well, what, 19,000 miles on it. Took it into Europe, and you know, I can't really fault the bike. My problem with BMW is with BMW, the actual brand itself is just the level of service that you get from BMW is just absolutely disgraceful. It is so bad, really, really bad. I would never ever own another BMW just based off that fact that BMW just do not care about their customers at all. It is absolutely disgusting. I can't believe, you know, that nobody else, you know, is feels this way about BMW or anything. It's just weird. But yeah, so going back onto the reason why I brought this bike is because the BMW did everything that I wanted it to do, but it felt as if you were riding a computer. The engine lacked power. I mean, the torque was incredible. It was really good, but up to about 7,000 RPM, it literally felt as if like you were winding off the throttle. It was just awful. I did not like that. I thought that was shit. I think it is putting out roughly around 125 horsepower, something like that, which for touring is enough. But I do like to have a bit of fun on the bike. Like I took it to the Nürburgring, and I had a lot of fun on it. And then, I had an ABS failure in Scotland with my wife on the back, and BMW basically said that I hadn't pulled the lever hard enough. Now, I've been riding bikes for over 30 years. I know how to operate a fucking brake lever. Wasn't happy about that at all, and they've cost me thousands of pounds. I'm not saying all BMW are like that, but the dealings that I've had with them have been absolutely disgusting. But yeah, it's basically, I just wanted something which sounded like a motorbike, for one, which this definitely does. For a big twin, it's lovely and smooth. The throttle response is very nice. As I said, the overall balance of the bike feels beautiful, and it's just, it looks and sounds like a motorbike, and it's. I think especially with not having the electronic suspension. It's got different modes, but I think that's just down to the power output of the engine. I've never tested it in urban or enduro mode, because let's face it, why would you want to take one of these off-road? I think that's the only reason why somebody would ultimately want to buy a GS, is because they were looking at taking or doing a lot of off-roading. I just couldn't. There is literally no comparison with the GS to this bike on the road. As I say, I did 3,600 miles, into Europe. Into Germany, Austria, Luxembourg, France. It was a really, really good trip, but on that entire time, the bike just doesn't excite you at all. It's all, as I say, it was like riding a computer. This is alive. This bike, it is definitely alive, and it is the power is, for the type of bike that it is amazing. I've got the full system exhaust. I've got the P08 air filter. It's been remapped, so I think at the crank it was about 171 horsepower. It definitely doesn't feel as much as that. It probably feels at about 158, 160, something like that, which I know that's roughly what they are standard, but let's face it, Ducati lie on their figures quite a lot. But yeah, I find all the controls really nice. The quick shifter's really good. I say the GS was the first bike I ever had with an up and down. I've got a HP4 Carbon, which has got only up. quick shifter. This is absolutely lovely, especially the noise that it makes. And I like as well the backlit controls. All of the controls are all backlit, which is absolutely amazing. I don't understand why this bike doesn't have LED lights. It's a 2018 model. I'd have thought it would have had LED lights, to be honest. I mean, that's something which I am going to do anyway. Is change them over onto LEDs. I just prefer the colour, prefer the look, prefer the lights projection. And there is a company who I would definitely recommend if anyone's looking for LED light conversion kits for any bike. It is, and they're called LED Perf, LEDPERF, and they're a French company that make conversion kits for I'd probably say 90% of bikes. Good value, and they've got a good 5-year warranty, and you can either get the larger lighting kit, or you can get a miniature kit which has got a higher light output, and it's a smaller, more compact unit. So I think that would probably be the one that I would personally go for. But yeah, the overall balance of the bike is absolutely amazing. It's got really nice wide handlebars, gives you a lovely stance on the road. The seat took me a little bit of getting used to, because there's a knack to actually sitting in it, which might sound stupid, but wait until you've ridden one and you'll know what I mean. The seat is really wide towards the back and really narrow towards the front, but when you're riding around like this now, where you're literally just pottering about, it kind of encourages you to fucking penis. It kind of encourages you to sit in the narrow section of the seat, but if you lean forward and push your bum back, you'll get into that wider section of the seat, and it is actually very comfortable. And we can have a little squirt up here, and I'll show you what the what the power's like, sort of thing. But I'm very impressed with this bike. I've definitely made the correct choice, and for the riding style that I have, it's much more favoured to me. But when I was trying to find videos comparing like the 2018 GS 1200 or in any case even the 1250 against the 1260 Multistrada, I couldn't actually find anything, or the only ones that I did find are ones where people had hired the bike and then took it out for a test, and they haven't actually had it for any length of time, so they've actually they haven't got a decent amount of experience with the bike. I've been all over the place in my GS, and as good and user friendly as it is, it's just very boring. As I say, it literally feels as if you are riding a computer. It's not. I mean, it's like the power of this thing is just unbelievable. But it does feel like a proper motorbike. When you get up to about 6,000 RPM, you get like this. It's almost like it throws you into the power band. It's nice. It's really, really cool. I absolutely love this bike. I think anybody, before you buy any bike, anyone should test ride them. Don't just buy a bike on a whim. I mean, I almost did with this bike, don't get me wrong. I'm not even freaking following my own advice here, but I'm stopping off at a mate of mine's. So yeah, it is just, test ride the bike and you will instantly see the reason why these bikes are so popular. They sound amazing, they look amazing. Oh, another point I want to make as well is that the fuel economy compared to the GS is obviously a lot worse. I think I'm getting about 211 to 212, 13, something like that miles to a tank. I filled this up this morning. I've been to the gym. I've done a few bits and pieces on it and stuff. Stopped off in town for a brew, and yeah. So on the GS, I was probably getting about 240 to 250. I had the standard 17 litre tank. I didn't have the Adventure or anything. but no, I would rather have lower economy and have the fun, you know, that this bike brings. It is absolutely beautiful bike. It rides so well. If anyone's contemplating getting rid of their GS because they're a boring old farts machine, then sound. I would definitely try out one of these bikes to see if it fits your style. But for me, it's absolutely awesome, and I have not regretted a single minute of owning it. It is an absolutely beautiful bike. It's yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better machine, to be fair. It's perfect. So I mean, if I don't catch up with you on the way back or on my next little stint of the ride, this will be the end of this little video. Just thought I haven't done a video this year because I've been so busy with the shop, and I haven't had a bike. So I'll catch up with you. There will be more videos coming, but yeah, I just thought I'd start doing a few little review videos and stuff like that. So, but there's my mate warming up his bike now. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.
Well, I thought that was going to be the end of the video, but Des, what are you doing? Come here, Des, come on. But basically, I'm going to have to show you some bikes because Mike absolutely loves Ducatis, as you can see. Absolutely loves them. And he's got some very, very special bikes. Let's just turn that off for a minute. And yeah, as you can see, he's very meticulous about how he keeps his bikes. You'll see that they are absolutely stunningly clean and beautiful. I'm just taking the piss. No, it's Mike doesn't even know what a sponge is, to be fair. But there's some machines in it that I haven't actually seen before. 1198 SE course. I mean, that's a lovely bike, that. Absolutely stunning. The 1098 S, that's been down to my workshop. That's been cleaned and polished and everything else. And I've got this one to do next, the 916, and then that's the 999R. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. 1199 Panigale. It is a beautiful bike, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, one day. But yeah, there's some stunning machines in here. Stunning machines. Oh, he's broke the bloody indicator off. What a helmet, Michael. I don't really like these big chunky indicators anyway, to be honest. I'm better off with some nice LEDs on there. Refresh it a little bit. But I mean, as you can see, he's absolutely Ducati mad. Even his number plate says course. What's up, Desi? What's up? You can say hello. You good girl. And there's my little baby up there. But yeah, I'll leave it as that, and I'll probably do a bit of a video on the way home with a bit more of a play. But yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with the Multistrada. It's yeah, it was definitely the best decision I've made to go from the GS, because I don't ride off road, for one. I can't question its reliability at all. The GS is without doubt a very reliable bike. But I've yet to do a big trip on the Multistrada. I've done a few thousand miles on it since I bought it. Done a lot of motorway miles just to see how comfortable it will be. And the wind protection isn't as good, obviously. What else would you say? It's obviously got a black screen, it's not got a clear screen, which I actually prefer because it is black and it's shiny. But other than that, yeah, the bike's beautiful, absolutely lovely. So yeah, we'll have a bit more of a play on the way home. So I'll catch up with you then.
Decided to go for a quick spin out with Big Mike himself. so it might don't hang around. So this would be a good test for this bike, I think, just to see you know, how it deals with certain roads, especially the roads around here. They're quite rough. I have to be a little bit careful though, because there's usually a lot of shit on the roads, but yeah, no, it feels, oh, excuse me, it feels lovely. What a nice day for a ride out. It's been amazing. This bike is outstanding. Absolutely brilliant.